In the Heart of the Word, Reflections by Father Joseph Mary, SCTJM, on the daily readings from the Holy Mass. Wednesday, of the 25th week of Ordinary Time.
God bless you, dear family. Today in the Heart of the Word, we're celebrating the feast of St. Matthew, Apostle and Evangelist. The encounter of St. Matthew with the Lord is one of the most moving moments in the whole New Testament. Matthew chapter 9, verse 9. I mean, here is a tax collector in his booth who has betrayed his faith, his family, his nation, and the religious traditions of his people. And why did he do it? As far as we can tell, it looks like Matthew did it for the money. Matthew was a man who practically had sold his soul for the empty promises of the world. But Jesus understood the misery that was in Matthew, and he saw more for him in his life. Jesus enters the tax collector's booth, and he simply says, "Follow me." Not a word of condemnation, not a word of doubt, simply calling Matthew to follow Christ. My brothers and sisters, in that moment, the chains were broken. The lies had stopped, and Matthew was a free man. And for each one of us, it's that simple. If we have not stood up for the values of the gospel, if we think it's too late for us to return to the Lord, to make a good confession, to cut our ties with a disordered relationship or a disordered way of life, my brothers and sisters, it is never too late to simply rise and follow Christ like St. Matthew. All that is necessary is that we trust in the voice of Jesus who calls us and says, "Follow me," and that we get up and that we follow him. We make a good confession and we act according to the grace that the Lord Jesus gives us. As Mother Adela teaches us, as it always happens in the history of salvation, the last word between God and a sinful people is never his judgment or condemnation, but his love and his pardon, the gift of his mercy that makes all things new. God does not desire to condemn or to judge his people. He wants to save us and liberate us. And at that time, his judgment comes to us as the first work of his mercy. But that is ordered to our conversion so that we can have a new life. Today, my brothers and sisters, let us simply trust in the voice of the Lord. Let us rise and follow him like St. Matthew, knowing that his mercy can make all things new. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.